Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna go live on Facebook. Hey. Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love that I've been? This is how I open on my podcast, Fourth Wall TV. Oh, how we doing, everybody? Oh, my goodness, we're live,
live right now.
Oh, my God, we're live right now.
You didn't tell me.
I didn't tell you. I know. That's how I like to surprise all my guests.
I was just saying all my racist things. I like to start every day.
I started this podcast with 1, 2, sitting next to a Jew.
3, 4. Watch the door.
I like that you did that in my accent.
Yeah, I love your accent.
Channeled.
I just sit at home whenever you text me, I'm like, oh.
Do you read it in my accent?
I have to. It sounds. People knock the southern accent. It sounds cool. I have
thanks,
shit.
buddy. I appreciate that. I like it. I like that I got just a subtle little accent. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like too much. I'm not like Deborah. You know what I mean? I'm not too bad, but I've got a little one.
It's better because whenever people find out I'm from Boston, they're like, especially like online dating, they'll be like, "Oh, do you have the accent?" And I don't because it's from one part of town.
Really, any? Yeah, it's just Southie, right? That's just a Southie.
Maybe
fucking
I
accent.
Turn myself up too much. I don't know.
No, I think you're good to go.
Okay.
I think it sounds nice. I think it sounds wonderful, Lisa. Well, what's up, everybody? I'm sure most of you recognize my beautiful guest, the one and only Lee Syatt.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Oh my God,
Travis.
thank you. It's Syatt, right? Not Syatt.
It's Syatt. Joey says Syatt.
Oh, really? Because I asked Rocha and he said it's Syatt.
No one really knows. Hi, name's Jordan.
Yeah, because I've been calling you like. I just attributed it to my bit of an accent because I just kind of was like Lee Syatt. Syatt.
You know what? I'm not even really sure. There's a family history. From what I've been told, that we're distantly related to the Hyatt family, like the hotels.
Oh, no shit.
None of the money, but
oh, that's unfortunate.
Like at Ellis Island, my last name was Hyatt, like real Jewish, and they're like,
you know, it just dawned on me that Hyatt is Jewish. Now that it is, right?
I have no idea.
Oh wow. Well, is Syatt is that an actual Jewish last name or no?
It's kind of weird. I always was very jealous of people who had like popular names because no one has my first name and there's like one cousin that has the last name. So
really?
It's really nothing. It's Lithuanian.
Oh, that's fair. Oh, so you were jealous of like the Johnsons?
I always wanted David. That's the name I wanted.
Was the first name?
Yeah.
Why David? It does sound rather masculine, right?
Yeah. Better than Lee. People, I had my mom.
I don't know. Lee's not bad. It does maybe.
It's not bad.
It does maybe have a bit of an effeminate.
I never heard that one before. Thanks.
Really?
No,
Lee.
He wasn't like my full-time bully, but like a part-time bully.
Your part-time bully?
Yeah. And he hit me up on Twitter like a year or so ago. I didn't respond, but he once in middle school, I'll never forget it. We were out at recess, and he looked at me. He said, "Your name sounds like something they scream on a Japanese game show." Lee Syatt, but he did it with a real like
Lee Syatt.
I'll never forget that.
You know, I'm never gonna say your name the same way ever again. Lee Syatt.
He's a real clever bully.
You know what? That's actually I would give it to him. Even if he was bullying me in particular, I'd be like, touche, sir.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Touche. Aaron Copeland, a fantastic Ohio man. I'm glad you're up this late. He's a fan of you and the
Hi,
Joey
Aaron.
Diaz. Shout out to Aaron Copeland. Fucking you big fuzzy bastard. Good to see you, my
friend.
friend.
Fuzzy too?
He is a fuzzy man. He's a big fuzzy bearded boy.
I just started putting beard oil in for the first time ever.
Really? How's it fucking treating you?
It feels nice, and I feel like I'm finally getting rid of beard flakes. Like I didn't know beard flakes were a thing. And then they are.
Oh yeah. They can, just because you can't lotion underneath your beard, right?
I don't lotion anything. I'm white as.
Really?
What do you lotion?
I always lotion my face.
Do you really? That's why you look so young and beautiful.
Oh, thank you. No, you know what? Aaron Copeland says he fucking loves you, and I don't know if it means me or you. I'm gonna guess both.
I love both. I love Travis and I love Aaron, and I also love you, Paul Green.
Paul
You're
Green,
one of my favorites.
two of my favorites. Bye, Paul Green. How you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Yeah, dude. I always try to lotion, man. I try to lotion mainly because like. It was after hearing Bill Burr's bit.
I was just gonna bring that back
about lotioning because I was actually sitting in the mirror after I heard that bit and I kind of did this and a bunch of flakes formed under my skin and I was like, I'm ashy. I was like, but I'm so white, I didn't know.
I had no idea. My hands always feel sticky. I need to get a good lotion, I guess. I don't know. They always feel oily.
I tell you what, man. They actually have. It's literally called man lotion. It's like Nivea or some shit like that. Like it absorbs super fucking fast.
Now I don't want to get too graphic because I know that your family's on here.
Barely.
I never even used lotion for my alone time. Like, do you?
Oh, really? No. You know what? No. I like a good dry hobo jerk down.
Me too. Everyone always thinks I'm weird. But to be honest, the reason I thought of Bill Burr's joke today, but even before I got here, was because they're starting to get to be a little bit of like before, like
chafe action.
Yeah, people would be like, "Doesn't it hurt?" I'm like, "No." I feel like I had young skin.
Well, whenever
and now like the moisture is starting to come out of my dick from overuse.
Because you're 2 years older than me, right? Or what year were you born?
I just turned 30, 88.
88. Okay, so I was born 90, so you were 2 years older than me. So, like, my whole thing is like if I'm normally jerking it, like sober, I should say.
Right. Yeah.
I can get the job done pretty quickly. But if any other drug enters my body of any kind, either marijuana or whatever, it just takes a little longer. It's harder to focus.
Marijuana is an interesting case because, and I'm glad we're talking about it.
We should. This is important inquiries.
For me, when I'm jerking it, and it's so quick. It's done. It's like even quicker. It's even quicker than normal.
Fair.
However, having sex when I'm stoned,
yeah,
I love it because it takes forever. But
it does take forever.
The girls are like, "Will you cut it out? Like, stop it!" Like
Bradley Dern, no lube, no problem. That man knows what's up. Let's see. Will Sennett's dropping some creepiness on it. Lee, I wish you would lather me up in oil. I got some man lotion for you.
I will do Sennett. All of it. Come, we're back in the back room of the fourth wall.
Yeah, come
knock on the back door 3 times.
By the pooper.
There's a woman. Is that the homeless woman who moons people?
That is the homeless woman from the story that I've told many a time on this podcast.
She mooned me and Eric once.
She just always has her ass out, like all the time. She's been gone for a month, and she showed back up today, and now she's right out front. And like I'm watching her, like I'm talking to Ellen, but I can't pay attention because I'm also watching the fucking crazy ass lady.
Yeah.
And she, like, the lady takes a hit of her cigarette, and as she's blowing out, the smoke frightens her, and she goes, and fucking, and I just start dying fucking laughing, man. So like she's been gone for a month, but her craziness hasn't diminished one bit.
No, it's increased. It's
increased, if anything. She looks tanner too.
Well, electroshock therapy will do that to you.
Because I assumed that she got locked up because we'd call the cops on her a million fucking times.
It's a weird situation. Like there's a lot of homeless people in LA, and you feel bad. Man.
I mean, this is a top-notch place to be homeless. Top fucking notch place to be homeless because it's quite warm all the time. Even now, like I was bitching about how cold I am. It's 60 fucking degrees. Like I'm just being a bitch.
Yeah, my mom calls me a wimp every time we talk. Every time we talk in the winter, she's like,
dude, I was like shivering in the tent and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I'm being a fucking pussy. Jesus.
I don't know. I think I'm an usually happy person. I don't know if I have the strength to be homeless. Like I might just end it all.
Oh, okay, well, it depends on what kind of, because I mean, I was technically homeless, but I had a lot of friends that were kind of helping me out. But I wasn't like living behind a dumpster homeless. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
Like that's real, like sleeping
legit
outside.
Homeless. That's next level. Because like, even when I had, I suppose, semi-homeless moments in Ohio, I still was never like living on the fucking streets. You know what I mean? Like I've never. That's pretty. If you're living on the streets, you don't have a single friend. Who or family member, you know what I mean? Like these people that are out here, and like no one will take you in. Like no, not one person will fucking let you sleep on the couch. Like you've got to be either mentally ill or just such an aggressive drug addict. Like they don't trust you around their fucking like silverware. You know what I mean?
Heroin must be awesome though. It must be pretty great. I'm not gonna do it. I don't like needles.
I had an issue with pills when I was in Ohio, just because I mean, which is everything that is an opiate.
That's white privilege heroin.
Yeah, I know, right? That's my grandparents have fucking too many pain pills because they're old and dying kind of privilege. Yeah, I know what you mean. But also they're just so fucking easy to get in the middle of the country. You know what I mean? They're everywhere, man.
I heard in Florida, like I mean, I know that's not the middle of the
country.
Florida
is a huge fucking problem. Mainly because, excuse me, there's so many retirement homes down there, and there's so many old people.
Yeah,
and then like, dude, it fucking sucks to get old, and everything hurts all the time. So it's like, dude, if I was past the age of 70, I would fucking be high as a kite constantly.
Yeah, I can see that.
Why the fuck not? Like, what else are you doing?
How old do you want to live to be?
Not that old.
Me either. Everyone always acts like a morbid.
That's why I'm not. I don't want to quit smoking. I'm like, I enjoy doing this. It makes me happy. It alleviates my stress when I'm stressed out. It's the only way I get a fucking timeout.
And then I know this isn't the case, but it seems like everyone who dies is really healthy. Like, it seems like
This would be an interesting correlation.
There's usually I don't know. I had this aunt who passed away, but like, she was a vegetarian her whole life. She worked out nonstop.
What killed her though?
She got cancer.
I mean, see, cancer is one of those potential inevitabilities, man.
Yeah, that's why, like, I've been trying to eat healthier the last week, but people still give you shit for Diet Coke, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep.
Oh, I know.
Diet Coke is gonna be fine.
You know that Dr. Rhonda Patrick, who was always on Joe Rogan's podcast,
right? Yeah.
Like she will always say something every time she's on that I'm like, well, I can't do that either. Like she was talking about Diet Coke and how bad it is for you because it fucks up your gut flora and your gut biome. And I was like, and I was also at the time trying to take probiotics for my poop to work better.
Okay, yeah.
And apparently, if you drink Diet Coke, it just completely. And then I was like, well, fuck you. I need something. Like, why would you want to live? You've been doing bits about this, which I really enjoy. Like, why would you want to live such a boring life? Like, why wouldn't you want some sort of joy in your mouth hole?
But I'm also jealous of those people who can be like, oh, food's just a thing I eat because I have to fuel my body. And thank you, Aaron, for drinking a Diet Coke.
Fucking drink that Diet Coke for us.
I'm actually a Coke Zero man now, but I still.
Oh, you switched to I was a huge Coke Zero man, and I don't know what my ex was huge at a Diet Coke, and I just made the switch.
I don't like to do Jew jokes because it feels too on the nose, but.
On the nose.
I've been that guy in the grocery store who will be like, okay, there's 12 cans, 12 ounces each. That's 144 ounces, and I'll take it and I'll figure out how much I'm paying per ounce between the Coke price and the Pepsi price, and I'll just buy the cheaper. It's
pretty Jewy, buddy.
Yeah, I don't care. They taste pretty similar. And yeah, I don't care, Aaron. I think Aaron, we were so close to being friends, but that is over now.
You crushed your friendship, Aaron.
That's okay. It was fun while it lasted. It was, I don't know. Who works out for fun? I don't understand.
Well, you know what, man?
I'm jealous of people who have that gene.
I loathe cardio. If you see me running, it's because I just really need someone to fuck me. You know what I mean? Like that. Right. That's when I'm running. I need to get down to a certain. Oh no, what happened? Froze up. Oh no, we're fine. Huh? I don't know what's happening. We just froze up on this. That's interesting. We froze up on that too. Hey, everybody,
you
back home. You
don't have to have both of them running. That's probably why it freezes.
Yeah, no, I'll close out on this one. I just usually try to keep that open to see comments and stuff. Hey, people, good people of Facebook, let me know if we're frozen, if we're still going. I do apologize. I've been having a few issues with this thing here.
Like cardio.
Yes, I hate cardio. Like, I mean, we might be at super delay right now.
That's cool. Well, should we restart it?
No. It's running just fine.
Okay.
I think it's because we're connected to Wi-Fi, and even though this is like incredible business class Wi-Fi, it's still I should be hardlined in, and this will shoot me up a good report error, and it says we're fine. So,
okay, perfect.
So I'm not worried.
Now we're back.
Oh yeah, we're good to go. Okay. But I love to lift because I've got such tard strength. Like, I love lifting. I love it so much. Like, it makes me feel better. I haven't been able to lift in a while now because I just haven't had time for the gym, and I've been here a lot, which is just a bullshit excuse. But I love it. I miss it when I'm not doing it, so I have that luxury.
The only thing I liked was I did a kettlebell class for about 6-7 months, and I got down to like skinny for me, I worked out 3 days a week with these people. It was great, and even though lifting weights can be enjoyable,
yeah,
my bed is a lot more comfortable. And I understand like this is when you say like, oh, I'm doing cardio because I need someone to fuck me. I never.
Right.
I was
Which is
a
usually
lot.
the case.
I was a lot dorkier in high school and college, like super dork. And I would only really come out of my shell when I would drink.
Right.
But I didn't like drinking, so I would do it like once every 3 months. And
Oh, wow, so that really limited your social interaction.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh.
I went to art school. That didn't help.
Yeah, that'll take the cool factor right out of there.
Yeah. But it never clicked in my head for whatever reason to be like, oh, I have a personality when I'm drinking. Let's drink more. Right. So even though I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I could be having sex with a higher class of
lady,
of female, but burgers taste good, and Netflix has a lot of stuff that I like to watch.
Goddamn right they do.
And my bed is comfortable. Like it's
so. Would you consider? Let it out, buddy. Let it out.
Sorry, I'm back.
I thought he almost died.
I did.
Don't die on me.
Jews have 9 lives too. You didn't know that?
Like cats?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We're the cats of the people. We like to be left alone.
This clip's going to come out of this podcast. Jews, the cats of the people.
Yeah. I'll take that to the bank.
That's so fucking funny.
It's like the nicest thing I've said on the internet.
You do have such an interesting life. Like you'll talk about it sometimes in stand up, and I never want to burn any of your jokes, but you basically essentially say that
I get high on the internet for a living.
Yeah, which is bananas.
It is, and I went to school and I paid student loans.
I would love to know your origin story. I hate to turn these into interviews.
I feel like a superhero now.
Yeah.
One day my parents were murdered. No, honestly,
Lee Syatt.
I moved here. I went to art school.
Yeah.
And I moved out here to be an editor, and I was working in reality TV. It was fine. And one day I was bored, and I went on Facebook because when I moved out here, I'm so old that we used to have to download our podcasts and then transfer them to an iPod.
Oh, wow.
Like they weren't streaming. I know, right?
Yeah.
And I was driving cross country, and about halfway through, there's only really Christian pastors on the radio.
Oh, in the middle of the country?
Yeah.
No, that's not a goddamn... Yeah, or country music. That's it.
And I don't like either of those things.
Fair enough.
Sorry. But so I was on Facebook in, I think it was Arizona or New Mexico, and I found Doug Loves Movies, and I found Kevin Smith's.
Doug Loves Movies is a really good one.
Yeah, I haven't listened for a bit, but it's always very funny. And I found that, and that was my introduction to podcasts. And then at work, I found out about Rogan. Yeah. And I've loved stand-up since I was
where were you working? I'm sorry.
I worked at America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh, that's right.
That's one of them. That's where I met.
Which is really interesting. Like, how was that job?
It was great. It was tough. It's been running as long as I've been living. I think I worked on season 23 and 24, something like that, 2 or 3 seasons.
It definitely existed before I was, but didn't it start in 85?
88. No, it literally started, I think, the year I was born.
Wow, okay.
And there's like the editor who has edited, I think he may have just retired a year or 2 ago. So people are very...
Shit. Wow, so he had evolved through editing sent-in VHS tapes.
Well, yeah. I mean, he
and then
learn like
Adobe
tapes.
And stuff like that. That's incredible.
Yeah, no, it really shows how smart Vin Damona, the guy who runs it, is. He before YouTube, and he's
dude, yeah, he is what. That show is what like Tosh.0 is.
Oh yeah, he's an honorary Jew. He owns all the. They own all the clips, and they have in 80 countries. It's pretty amazing. But I found Rogan's, and I've always loved stand-up. I had no interest in doing it. Not that I had no interest. I didn't think I was that kind of funny.
Right. Did you think you were socially funny?
No. I thought I was goofy fat guy funny, and not very often.
Fair enough.
And I just wrote to Joey on Facebook. I think I wrote on his wall, and I said, I'd like to work for a comedian, but I don't want to come off as creepy. Because I had literally I had applied. They were very nice to keep me on for the summer, not when the season. TV shows go on hiatus, and they usually fire everybody. They don't fire you. You don't really get to have a job anymore.
Right.
But they were nice, and they kept me. But I still was. LA's an expensive place. Rent's expensive. Everything's expensive.
Yeah.
And I had applied to Pizza Hut and Best Buy and didn't hear back.
Oh, damn.
And I had...
Were you just do deliveries and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was going to do deliveries. I was going to make extra money.
Yeah.
And I had an interview The day I heard back from Joey, I had an interview to do Democratic fundraising on Wilshire, like over the phone, like telemarketing essentially.
Yeah.
And Joey, he hit me back up on Facebook and said, like, what are your ideas? And we talked about how, like, recording CDs and YouTube stuff, and we just all the things that I thought comics could do.
Right.
And we met outside the old Haha right up the street. And that was it. That was like 7 years ago. It's pretty crazy.
Wow. I can't even believe that you've been doing it that long. Because, for anyone who needs context, I don't know, most people who watch me shouldn't. Lee works for Joey Diaz, who has the Church of What's Happening Now.
Yes, sir.
Has it always been called the Church of What's Happening Now?
Yeah, he had a podcast earlier called Beauty and the Beast with Felicia Michaels.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's a great podcast. But that's how because we started out, I was working on Hell's Kitchen, but I was working nights, and Joey always wanted to do like an early morning, like get your day going, like be positive.
Like what he does on Periscope kind of thing.
Right, yeah,
right.
except
like
early.
The morning blunt or whatever.
Yeah, the morning joint. So
morning joint, yeah, my
he
bad.
has class. I don't like blunts. He doesn't mind blunts.
I imagine he doesn't prefer.
He doesn't care what it's in, as long as it's weed.
Just fucking eat it, dog.
Pretty much. But I would work from 7 to 5 in Beverly Hills in Hell's Kitchen, and I would drive to his house, and he didn't have a daughter then or anything. And at 6, we would go from like 6 to 8. I'd get fucked up. Yeah. I'd go to Jack in the Box at 8 in the morning.
Oh, God, I fell in love with Jack in the Box out here.
It used to. I feel like it's gone downhill in the last couple of years.
You think so?
I had undercooked fries, and it really turned me off.
Undercooked fries? Well, which one?
The curly fries.
Because you live very close to here. Yes, I love North Hollywood, by the way, guys. If you're interested in moving to LA, come to North Hollywood, because Hollywood has gotten. Okay, when you first moved here,
yes, sir.
Did you? This has gotten so official. I don't have to pet you.
Yeah, I like it. we touch each other a lot.
We do. We are very tactile people.
I like
feel.
Hugging.
I know. I like hugging, and you're maybe the cuddliest of cuddles.
Oh, he calls me his cuddle bear.
I do. Even before we were probably like really good friends, I would announce you from stage. My favorite little cuddle bear.
Yeah, I like it. It makes you feel nice.
I know. I'm glad that make you feel nice. It's one of those things where I forget sometimes boundaries.
No, I've been a hugger for way back. So.
I know, and that makes me happy because sometimes when I hug people, I could it feels like that moment in Harry Potter where Draco hugs fucking Voldemort, and it's like, it's that real like.
Yeah, but you're big. I don't know.
True. I'm
you're tall.
I'm developing
you could really. You're a good hug. I feel like people are disappointed by my hugs.
I don't think so. I think I like your hug because since you come to I'm my head can rest on your head.
I'd make a great girl. Yeah,
you would be. You would be
the perfect thing for a girl.
Well, you've got that bit you were working on where you're talking about you wish you were born a girl.
Yeah, I haven't done that for a minute. I have to do that again.
I know you got to resurrect that one, but I feel like the execution wasn't just right because at first it was like, is he trans now? What's happening?
It's tough. It's frustrating because I come here a lot, and sometimes if I have an idea and I'll do it, it'll go great the first time, and then every other time it's just like I'm chasing that one.
Oh yeah,
the first time I did it.
Well, you've got an ability that I love. Like when you first tell a story, you tell it with such feeling and emotion that I feel like you've got to figure out because how long you been doing stand up now?
About a year. It'll be a year in January.
Yeah, and that's incredible because sometimes I forget you've only been doing stand up for a year.
Thank you.
And
buddy.
it's just somebody who's always seems. I feel like I've always done this. I forget that sometimes it's hard to remember how to bottle the magic of the first time you tell a bit.
Oh yeah.
And I've lost it on a few bits. I had to just throw away because it was a riff, and in the moment it just was right. And it was perfect. And I've watched you do that fucking food bit that you were doing.
Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, you have to do it with a certain amount of passion because, the first time I saw you, you were doing these hard pauses because you were just you were upset that he's what the fuck are you you were strawberry ice cream?
Yeah, it's terrible.
You were just so upset, and that's what made it so goddamn funny. The feeling behind it. So it's when you repeat a bit every now and again, it's really hard not to like lose a lot of the emotion that you've said, like when you first
Especially
said
if you
it.
say it a lot, it's tough. And
Especially when you say it a lot, man.
Something like I did an open mic once at, I don't think I went up until like 12:30 or 1, and I had been there for 2 hours waiting, and I was just so sleepy. And it's a bit that I know works. I've done it in big places.
Yeah.
And it works. And I was just so tired, and I just couldn't force the energy.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is just a waste. And but it really showed me like how you have to have energy. You have to, there's a lot more than just the jokes that you write.
Oh, and absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I don't really, though it's also laziness, but I'm not as good about sitting down and writing.
Right.
Anything that I sit down and write, 95% of the time doesn't work.
Oh, really? Yeah. Like, well,
occasionally it will, but very, very, very little.
I can't do that. I mean, you see me. I get up there and I just fucking let things fly out of my face hole. Like,
yeah.
A lot of people, when I've been doing this new religious bit that I've been doing, or it's not even really a religious bit. It's just about my crazy upbringing with experiencing different like Southern religions, like
about the
Pentecostals and whatnot. Yeah. Like that, it was all a riff at one point in time, and then it's evolved. And they were like, when you were writing this, I'm like, I didn't write any of this because I just don't have that left brain element. Like whenever I would hear George Carlin talk about how like he had to satisfy the left brain nature. Like he had.
I always
to
forget how
sit
smart
down.
you are, Travis.
Oh, wow. Is it the accent?
And it's a little bit of the accent, but then you'll just say shit. It'll be like he had to satisfy the left brain because the left brain handles emotion, and I'm like,
no, the left brain handles critical thinking. And
oh, there we go.
logic
See,
and
I don't
numbers.
even know. I know it's separated by left and right, but that's as far as it
dude,
goes.
I don't know I don't know how my brain does anything that it does, but I guess I'm smart. We'll go with
You're
it.
very smart.
Oh, thank you, Boo Boo. But Carlin has to satisfy. Keep calling me sir. I don't know. I like it. It makes me feel so official.
You are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, but I don't. I'm all right brain. I can't. If I try to force left brain activities, and I will make lists and like write things down and try to like basically embrace a nature that is not mine. That makes any sense.
Try to force it, yeah.
I try to force it really hard, and then one day I fucking found a notebook. I had 80 lists in there, none of which I had ever listened to or done. And I was like, what am I doing? I might as well have made a list of lists. It was such a fucking waste of time. So I've just been trying to figure out how to live and embrace the right brain nature and not even worry about any left brain things, like, or not even try to write, because I'm very fortunate to do this mic so often that I get I get so much time that I'm like, I'm just gonna write on stage. That's what I'm good at.
I'm real happy with myself that I get like 35, 40 sets a month, and you're like, oh, I do that in a week.
Kinda, yeah.
No, it's great.
I mean, I get 5 minimum a day, and like lately I haven't been able to have any days off, so I've yeah, fuck, it's a lot. And on Saturday and Sundays I do way more than that.
Oh yeah, those early mics.
I know. Well, the early mics kind of suck for me sometimes because it's like I don't even fucking get to do much time, or if any time. Like unless somebody cancels, I don't even get to do the 15-minute slot. So,
I feel like you're like 2-3 months away from bringing in headphones and just be like, I'm just gonna listen to me. I'm here because I have to be here, but. If I have to hear your jokes one more time, I'm going to kill you.
I've thought about developing a reputation of a guy who has a Bluetooth earpiece in, just so I can listen to music while people
watch TV.
Yeah. Dude, so every now and again, like if a set gets real boring, like I try, like it's boring because they will be bombing and no one's making any noises, and you just hear my mouse fucking click in the back, and I'm just like looking at Facebook or some shit like that.
God bless. I couldn't do it. I mean, there's something
hard, man.
Sometimes if I do like 3, like I did 3 here a week or 2 ago, and by the end of the 3rd, I was just like, I don't even want to be good at this anymore.
Oh, I know.
I just want to get out. And
that's a common sentiment with people who do more than 3. There's this guy who came here and did the 5 all the way to the 10.
Erickson?
No, he used to do that all the time, and he'd be grumpy the whole time.
And it's weird because for those of you who aren't in LA, this is the best system that there is. Like
Thank you, buddy.
It's kind of spoiled me because I won't go to lotteries now. I'm like, what?
I don't think any comic should go to lotteries ever. I get that and then now a lot of these lotteries, the bars are requiring you to fucking buy a drink just to get into the lottery. So it's like, you can't, if you buy a drink for under $5 in LA, to tell me where you're fucking buying drinks at, because that's cheap as shit.
No, the only thing cheaper is soda, and I went to a place that will remain nameless because I still want to do spots there, but they charged me for a Diet Coke refill, and I was like, you.
Oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, and like I remember checking my tab one time after being at said I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
And then looking at it and going, 3 refills! Like I was fucking yelling. It's like a fucking $20 tab, and all I had was like fries and Diet Cokes.
Oh my god!
And I was like, you pieces of shit! And they don't tell you.
No, why would they?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, you're right. No, I get it.
God damn. People take advantage of. I mean, this town is just about built on taking advantage of people.
Oh, absolutely. That, and it's like, I mean, statistically speaking, 1% of all the open micers that exist, and there's 10,000 of them active right now, which is insane to think about. And I'm talking about LA County in general. Or something. Well, I mean, it's in order to be considered an open micer, all you have to do is say out loud, "I'm a comedian," which a lot of people do. And I see people that like come here once every 2 months. And like this is all the stage time they do.
The hot girls have kind of slowed down a little bit. For a while, there was like a gaggle of hot girls, like this blonde who would wear belly shirts.
Oh no, she still comes. She's a legit.
Seen her. She's a real comic.
She's a legit comic. She's incredible. Yeah. I'm not gonna say.
I've never heard one word she said. I would just see her stomach, and it's just like a perfect. It's like
no, I've done book shows with her. I've done ice.
She's a real comic. God bless her. Why? I mean, why?
I know.
Why is she even trying? I wouldn't try.
I know. You know what, man? It does every time. I mean, I've had like Maxie Wittrick's on here twice and stuff.
Well, I mean, she's very pretty, but
gorgeous.
She dresses like a normal person when she's on stage.
That is a good point. Oh well, yeah. That's true. But she's also gorgeous, and like it always blows my mind that anyone like that good looking would even need to do this. I almost feel like for me, this is such a compulsion. It's Maddie Hansen.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's Maddie.
Hi, Matt. Is Maddie watching?
Probably not.
Alex Kane just said name names. Alex is trying to start shit. How dare you?
No, but she's incredible. I've done Ice House stuff. She's a legit comic. She's at I think she's at Haha all the time now, or at least that's the last time I saw her. But she's one of the few comics, even as good looking as she is, she'll still go to places like Next Stage, which has got
I haven't been there yet.
It's got the rapiest vibe of any place I've ever been. And she goes there, and I think because she's so intimidatingly good looking, all the guys are like, just run away.
I can't rape you.
But yeah. No, but she's just, but she's also an incredibly talented comic who works really fucking hard.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. I just haven't seen it for a while.
But see, so is people like Maxie, and there's tons of other beautiful women out there that do stand-up and are super fucking funny. And it's like, but I also see a great deal of girls who are like, I need this for my acting resume. And then they come here and are really, really bad. And then, I don't know why you would do that. I don't think it would be advantageous of anyone to do anything that they're bad at in this city.
I mean, and especially because doing this, it feels so great when it goes well. Like, I remember the first time I was here and I got like a really good laugh. I just started smiling on stage like an asshole. I still kind of do that if I get like a laugh. I'll be like, hee hee.
That's good. I think that's why people are always on your side when you're on stage, and I've never seen any. Oh, for sure.
Well, no, people. People did not like me at a dirty show I did. I went up.
Oh,
and
really?
Started,
what'd you do?
Guys.
Oh, these are white dudes.
These are very white dudes.
Smash Bros. No, I don't know this. Never ran across their paths.
They went on and did like 30 to open, which is not a lot more than normal. And then I was 6 months in, and I just went up to do 7 of normal material. And I opened it up with like, something happened this week, and I heard a woman go, ugh. I was like, all right, this is going to be a rough show.
No.
And that was a weird one because I was sitting backstage. It was my first time ever at an improv, and I was backstage, and they told me they were going to give me gas money, but I saw that there was a spot open at the 10 o'clock here, and it was like 8:45, so like I could make it, and not like
just get the fuck out of there.
Not have my night be a bad night, have a bad end. But I was like, I shouldn't do that.
I do love that. I do love that. Like there are some kind, and I know Eric Roach has done it a few times where he he's had a shit set somewhere because it was just a terrible fucking room, or maybe it's like you just didn't fit with the room. That happens a good amount.
Yeah, I mean it happens, but now like honestly. That was when I started. I have a squirting bit, and that's the reason why I did it was because I had really no dirty material, and I was like, I need to have something for the next time I do this show, so I can have a little bit of sex material.
You know, I don't know that I have any overtly filthy material.
Yeah, and
I don't talk about sex really ever.
Yeah, you don't.
I mean, I just don't.
You're gonna be on a TV show one day.
Well, you know what? That's not even a conscious thing. Like, my humor is not dirty. Like, I am just goofy. I like telling stories and I like goofy stuff, and because of that, like that, and it's like I think I'm also super empathetic, and like when I hear some people tell this super overtly gross jokes, I see like all this the audience reaction of.
Well, I mean,
and I just don't want to do that to a room. Like I don't want to.
That's kind of where I was getting with like the people who aren't that great at, and it's just like I don't. If a joke doesn't work a couple of times, you'd think someone would be like, okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
And I think for me, there's a difference between dirty and what's the word? Shocking.
Yeah, shock comedy
is not fun to watch.
Which, you know what, man? The one comic who gets away with it in my mind is Spence Griffith.
Oh, Spence is great. Yeah.
You know what though? Like, he just does it in a clever way. He's not just going up there and screaming like "dead babies," raping children. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
no,
he's not saying fucked up. The bits are really fucking clever. They're really well done, and even though a lot of them, the turn is horrendous. It's not you're not laughing at the shock, you're laughing because his true thoughts were really fucked up,
right?
And funny.
I have no idea how long he's been doing it, but it seems like he's been doing it for a little bit.
Well, at least 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and he's I mean, I guess, and that's just the learning curve for everyone. Everyone's gonna, but it's strange to me that you start out doing comedy and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go fucking.
You know what, man? Though I see a lot of that. Like when people first start, people's first years, I noticed it here. I noticed it in Ohio. I noticed it in Virginia. I noticed it all the entire time I've been doing this. People whose first year, they will try to do shot comedy. A lot of them will try to go overtly filthy, just because they think that's what people want.
Right.
They'll also try to do inside jokes. A lot.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, man, that's the craziest thing in the middle of the country. I've never seen it out here. Then also there's the new phenomenon, because it's Trump's America now, of the old, like, of just immediately virtue signaling, like male or female comics get up here. It's like this is like their first fucking time doing stand up ever, and they get up there and go, "Isn't Trump a piece of shit?" And then the whole, and especially a room full of comics like here, everyone just kind of goes. Like no one. If you utter Trump's name out loud on this stage, you better follow it up with the most original, funny thought you've ever had in your fucking life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell anyone what to do, and even before this, but it's just like the lesson I learned in being on the podcast with Joey is like, you don't want to. It's not like you're trying to lie to people, but they're not coming here for that, and you're bombarded by it all the time. So why alienate people? Or I think about that. It's not like I don't want.
Like, as funny as Joey is, like, no one wants to hear his fresh take on Trump. Like, and he also, I don't think he really has. I never heard him do a single political joke.
No, I mean, and even like Trump, it's easier, I think, because Trump is dividing. Is either love him or you hate him.
He's super divisive. That helps.
That's what I was looking for, divisive.
Okay.
But even before, like, and if you just had a regular president who was just saying whatever they always say.
Yeah.
It's, especially on a comedy podcast, it's if you want to go and listen to, political stuff, you'll listen to NPR, you'll listen to CNBC, and you have to kind of know. You don't want to give people what they want, but you have to know why they're coming. I think.
You're absolutely right.
And I mean, because you don't want to pander, but you also don't want to be like. It'd be like if I was gonna do like an MMA podcast. Like, okay, I could, but they have Rogan, they have Brendan Schaub, they have all the ESPN ones. They have Hawani, so it's like
got actual fighters doing. No offense.
Right? No, I know. I am. How dare you? I'm a martial artist.
Do you do fucking classes with Joey?
No, I do. What is it called? I'm doing it tomorrow morning actually. Circuit training class twice a week.
Oh, I love that. That is a great way to both increase muscle mass and get your cardiovascular system running. So cardio and lifting, it sucks a lot.
It is. I mean, it's really fast, but I have to wake up and go, and I get real sweaty, and it's. Ugh.
You don't like being sweaty?
No.
You know what, man? As a big guy,
I'm sweaty all the time. Yeah.
I know, me too. But I like getting super sweaty because I can see a visual difference in my face. I retain water like a sea cow.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I do too. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, honestly, like if you started, I tried to do a low sodium diet one time though, and I passed out because it turns out I retain water because I need that salt. And that's a fun thing to learn.
You literally passed out?
Yeah, I was like not for a long time.
I didn't go into a coma. Just a quick.
Yeah, like I was on the treadmill and I got off at the gym and then I just needed to sit down and then I kind of went and then woke back up. Like I luckily didn't fall down or anything.
Thank God.
But then I was real dizzy and I just had to go and buy a Gatorade. Like I'd almost drag myself over and get a Gatorade and fucking chug that because I needed the electrolytes, which is a salt, by the way.
See, this is how smart you are. I just thought Gatorade was delicious.
No, it's got electrolytes. And
I knew they said electrolytes, but I never knew
there was.
It's just salt?
It's a salt, yeah.
Interesting.
Which essentially, that's why they say if you drink, like, when they at sports games they water down Gatorade, because if you have too much salt and too much sodium and stuff like that in a drink, they water it down because you'll get the fucking squirts.
While you're running?
Potentially. Well, it'll cause stomach irritation, and Gatorade technically doesn't hydrate you as well as water does. It replenishes all the stuff that you're losing, so it puts the electrolytes and the other types of salt back in your system that you really need. But then it technically, water is the only thing that properly hydrates you. Gatorade is salt water. And it's the reason why you can't drink water out of the fucking ocean. You know what I mean? It's too much sodium.
I knew that one.
It'd kill your liver and kidneys and stuff.
Oh, perfect.
Good.
That was the plan.
Oh, Aaron Copeland. Bro, it's what plants crave.
They crave
it's the electrolytes.
Gatorade?
What? You've ever seen Idiocracy?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my God. It's such a... Idiocracy is the best movie and the most accurate predictor of what will actually happen to mankind. Also, Will Sennett said, I don't even think Trump knows how to do division. Whoop-pow! I think it's how you say that. Woo-pow? How would you say
that?
I
was hoping you were going to do the... Could you say whoop-pow occasionally?
Whoop-pow! Like that?
Yeah. I like it. You have a very emotive personality.
You know, yeah, I don't know what that is.
You're just funny. Like, you're like, yo, you didn't get to see him tonight. There's a guy in here who's from Oklahoma, and his name is just Bear. And
Bear, yeah, he's from Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas. I thought I said Oklahoma. You're probably right. He just has a cool southern accent. I just like everything about you. Yeah, I can listen to it. I want you to make my voicemail. Like, you've reached Lee's phone. Bang, bang, bang.
Is that what was that an impression of me right now?
No, that's just like what I want you to do.
Oh, yeah. You've reached Lee's phone. Pow, 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 pow. Front kick, pow. I will do that. That's going to be your new ringtone.
Thank you. Yeah.
I just want to hear Joey go, what the fuck is that?
He would be gone immediately.
I know. He'd make you get rid of it. But I know, like, I'm very fortunate to have the voice I have, I suppose, and I like my subtle little southern accent. Also, Aaron Copeland, a man from my hometown, literally my home village, that I talk about here every now and again. He does say friendship over, buddies.
What happened? I thought it was already over, Aaron. I thought we were. I thought I was upset at you for a different reason that I can't remember right now.
See, this is why I like my podcast. It's really just for me to talk to all my friends back home that I never get to see, as long as they are up late.
Why is he up so late?
I don't know. What you up to, Cope?
You doing meth, Aaron?
Are you still working for you were working for a cable company for a long time, if I remember correctly. But then again, I don't think I've really seen you for like 3-4 years, something like that.
Good. I heard you're a jerk, Aaron Copeland.
Good. You son of a
No, I'm
bitch.
sorry. I love you. Please take me back.
Love him. Love him.
I'm a snuggle bear. What do you call me? Cuddle bear?
Cuddle bear.
Oh, I like that.
He is a cuddle bear.
How long have you been doing comedy, buddy?
9 years.
That's crazy.
Well, I talk about it all the time, and I maybe said it on I went to the casino. I went to the casino. Now Ohio, it's legal to gamble in Ohio now.
Oh,
so
shit.
We've been fucking. They've been.
Pie Gow. I like saying Pie Gow.
Gow.
That's the only reason I play it now.
Pie Gow.
You get to scream Pie Gow.
No more cable. Work in a factory in Eaton. Word, living that Eaton factory life. Fair enough.
We're talking about his comedy
career.
career.
I've said it a million times on this podcast, but I've been fortunate to kind of always know I wanted to do this. I started doing improv when I was 16, and then I started stand-up when I was 19.
Pretty cool. I mean, it's sometimes I'll get annoyed with especially when I first started out. I was annoyed. I was like, man, if I had started when I first met Joey, like maybe I'd be opening for him now on the road, like 7 years in. But for me, I don't think
you got to be in the right place too.
I don't think I would have been, because I've really come out of my shell, and I'm still kind of introverted and shy.
And you can't force it either. Like
right.
I've had. Like I say 9 years because that's just when I started, but I'd say I'm more like a solid 8, and that's because in this time, every now and again, I will take a full month off, or I was doing a play for 3 months, and like every now and again, like I would just hit moments in my life where I just couldn't do it, or it just wasn't right. You know
right.
what I mean?
Okay.
And like I started because I knew I always wanted to do this, but then I would have doubts about stand-ups, even where I wanted to go. I'd fall out of love with stand-up.
I'm so pale. I'm sorry. I'm looking, and it's also
why am I so much tanner than you?
Because you go outside.
I don't go outside all that often. Yeah, goddamn, son.
I'm sorry.
Look at that.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's also that light is very bright.
It is very bright. You know what? Like when other people come in here and do podcasts, like I forget that I have some kind of complexion.
Yeah,
and like
I'm
I'll get
jealous.
these pale people in here, and then like they start to glow. Yeah,
it's like the sun. I'm a night person. I like coming out at night.
You know what, man? I love LA at night. I love walking around out here. I love the whole fucking deal. Like the buzz of this city, it's a city that actually fucking sleeps.
Thank God.
I know, yeah, and like I like
sometimes
like I'll probably be here till 2 or 3 a.m.
Really?
Because I got to edit some video and stuff like that. Because me and Rob Morris are trying to launch a promo for when we relaunch the Rob and the People show.
Nice. You're always working.
I love doing this, man. I'm very fortunate because I didn't have much of a work ethic for a long time as far as comedy goes, and then like now I've just fallen into a beautiful groove of that, and I'm so single, my butthole hurts.
Hear that, ladies? His butthole hurt.
I don't know why that.
Why does it hurt? Are you,
I don't know.
Are you going to the bar with Eric sometimes? Just seeing
I
what
think
happens?
I'd kill.
Oh, you would. They love me.
I know that. You'd be such a cuddle bear.
Oh,
literally a bear.
I wish. It would. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing comedy.
You're both the same to me. Color. That's because you're colorblind, Alex Kane. You can't tell that. You don't. There's no way you see
sort of gray.
people as gray.
I hope so.
There's no way.
He's not racist at all.
Did you just see black people as a weird black blur?
Well, who
does? If they're like light complected, do you see them as gray? I have so many questions.
I never met a colorblind person until I met Alex. I don't think so.
That's rightfully so. I mean, they should be put in camps.
I thought they were. That's why I thought I never met them. I thought they were. We're going to have to talk to Trump. Trump, if you'll just do that, I feel like people will be back on your side. Yeah. Take the colorblind.
Put these filthy colorblind pieces of shit. Lots of gray. Oh, shit. Lots of gray on gray crime.
Move them to like New Hampshire or something real cold with all the snow. And yeah, just keep those dirty fucking colorblind people away from us.
Their lack of ability to color coordinate. Jesus.
I'm jealous.
What?
Yeah, I feel like it'd be great. You'd be like, you could buy like the car that's orange, but like that's $800 cheaper because it's orange.
That's a good point. Kane does have that bit about his asshole friend that bought him all pink shirts.
Yeah.
And he just thought they were gray. Which, that is both hilarious and also a dick move, man. You need better friends.
Yeah. Come on, Alex.
Yeah,
Get it together.
I guess those punk ass bitch friends. Oh, I wanted to ask you questions about how high you get, how high you get on the internet, because
and for people asking, I'm much a little sleepy right now. I'm actually pretty sober, like almost like 95% sober.
I know. This might be the most sober I've ever seen you.
No, I try not to get high here.
You've only
I've been super high.
Only two times that I can remember, maybe three. Did you come here and I was like, should I carry you home?
No, see, and that's the thing. Is like I don't really have I don't really understand what you people go through with weed, because I never really.
What you mean, you people?
You people, lightweights.
No, you're right.
Because like I smoked a couple times in high school and college, really not at all, and then I've been having tests done on me for 6 years. So
yeah, you have been a fucking human weed guinea pig.
So like I mean it's kind of like over the past year we toned it down, but like for example, the edibles come in 10 milligram pieces now. Like that's the biggest one.
That's legally all they could be, right?
Right, yeah.
Because you had the 500 milligram stars of death, right?
Well, they were 200, and I had 15 of them.
Jesus titty fucking
3,
Christ. I had 30 milligrams the other day, the first time I'd really done any edibles in a while, and I went to space.
I'm very jealous. It doesn't happen to me. So like when I've come here, and like I came here like a couple weeks ago, I was doing Twitch. I had like 300 milligrams, and that to me is, I guess you licking an edible. I don't know.
Dude, I don't.
Like I was high, but like I drove and I was fine. And someone actually just
drove
gave me
on
this,
300 milligrams. That blows my fucking.
I've driven on acid.
What is that thing?
This is.
Oh, I've driven on acid too.
Someone just gave me.
I drove on acid, and I actually. Whoa, that's so cool.
Do you want some?
Yeah, I'll
someone
take a
just
hit
gave
of
it.
I can't not take a hit with
It's
Lee
called
Syatt.
Absolute Extracts. I saw them at the Comedy Store.
So what is each little pull thing?
What?
Each time you hit it, is it like it's just a dab, or is it just a pen?
This is this is the stronger one. I have another strong, but yeah, just.
No.
Is it on? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. So yeah.
And then you just hit it?
Yeah. You gotta press the button and then hit it.
It's pretty tasty.
Yeah. I mean the other one, it's nice. It tastes like Fruity Loops. Yep. There you go.
There it is.
And people give me shit because I'm not good at taking bong hits. But compared
I'm not at all, man. Like I don't know what it is. Like even though I'm a smoker, like I can't do this gravity bong bullshit. Like
that's bad.
I'll cough all fucking day. Like I can't.
I get bronchitis now because of it.
Bronchitis?
It's the worst.
Ooh, ain't nobody got time for that.
You don't. But one of the first times, probably a few months into hanging out with Joey, he had this little bong before his daughter was born, and we would take bong hits in his office at his house. And he got hash once, and hash expands in your lungs. And little Lee didn't know that there was hash in there, or that hash did that. Yeah. So I took I'm hanging out with Joey Diaz. I feel like my bong hits have gotten better. Took a little bit of a bigger one, and my face turned redder than your shirt now.
Oh shit! And you were just
for fucking hours just coughing.
The first time I ever smoked weed, I think I was 16. I coughed so hard I puked everywhere. I mean, I just couldn't stop fucking coughing. But is that how you got bronchitis?
I also have had notoriously. I went to Israel for my first semester of college, and
nice. Was that whole birthright thing?
No, it's just I didn't get accepted to the college I ended up going to until January. Oh, okay. So I literally went for a semester.
Nice.
And Alex is saying 1 out of 12 men is
colorblind. Oh yeah, for colorblind. I love it. He's got it in cat. 1 out of 12 men. That's fair. 1 out of 12 men they're going to put in camps.
Yeah. Well, there's too many people in this town, Alex. I'm sorry that
we're getting rid of 1 out of 12 for sure.
Yeah, that's the minimum.
Yeah.
But they said I had baby lungs because even with hookah I was never really good at smoking.
Lungs.
Yeah.
Like it's a medical condition.
No. Just
Oh no, just you mean the
teasing
people
me a little
told
bit.
you,
Yeah.
but-
No, not a doctor.
I thought. Okay, sorry. I got distracted by colorblind people.
That's
I thought you were
funny.
still talking about the doctor.
No. So I've never really. I have a lot more of an edible tolerance than I do for smoking. That's
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, because it turns into what 11 hydroxy metabolite. That's what it's called.
Sure.
That's well, okay, yeah. After it metastasized through the liver, but so maybe your particular body is it because you think it's because you're a heftier fella? Because I've got tolerances to things. I mean, I could drink like a fucking
It's weird.
fish.
Yeah, I'm better. I'm okay at drinking. Hefty probably has something to do with it, but then I've been around hefty people who take an edible and they go fucking nuts.
Well, true.
Honestly, it was just because like it's a well-known student. Someone actually thinks I should sue Joey now. I'm not going to sue Joey.
Sue Joey.
He would take edibles that were like 60 milligrams.
Oh yeah.
Take the wrapper off.
I mean, yeah, you've got a lawsuit for sure.
And
on your hands,
put
but
a
that's
180
besides
milligram edible in there.
I think that's drugging. I think that's illegal.
It probably is, but I had a good time.
100% illegal.
I had fun, so you can't sue when you had fun on the internet.
That's a good point.
And honestly, I couldn't take 3,000 milligrams of every edible. It was like this one edible that we took a lot, these gummy stars, and I don't think I could do it anymore. It's just you build up a tolerance to it.
Right. Because like you said your highest you've ever had is 3,000. Right?
Yes, sir.
That's bananas.
That was too much.
You said you vomited and everything, right?
I didn't vomit that time. I vomited before. I vomited 2 or 3 times. Joey says it was because I went to wholesale sushi, which is not true. It was just he gave me an edible that I hadn't had before, and I remember I was laying down on my bed. I got sushi, and I was laying down, and I was like, I'm going to flip over now. And it took me like 30 minutes to do it. But I
guess what, like a sad turtle?
I just like sometimes I'll just be high, and I'll just sit there. And I'll be like,
oh, yeah.
Woo.
You get the thought to do so. I've done that before. Like I'm sitting, and I'm like, I really want to turn these lights off. And then and it's like an hour and a half later, and I'm like, fuck, the lights are still on.
Oh my! See, I've done just with Joey, not even the other ones. I've done about 650, 660 episodes of the podcast.
Damn, you were high every single time. Right?
If we've done 650, I've been high 645 of them.
Damn, you got off the hook 5 times.
Maybe, and I don't even know. Like, there's been like 3 of them. So like when we were doing all those edibles, he would leave the office at like midnight or something, and I would wake up sometimes at like 3 in the morning, like all the lights are on, the doors open, and I just passed out in the chair.
God damn.
And then when I lived with my ex for about a year, and I wouldn't want to wake her up because I still had to get the video ready. So I'd get home, and I would just pretty much pass out in my living room chair, and she'd come out at like 6 in the morning and be like, "Get in bed!" Like what? I'm like, I had no idea I was sleeping here. The last thing I remembered, I was eating and watching Frasier, and now I'm awake. Now I'm awake at 6 in the morning. Edibles will get you.
Oh yeah, man, and they always creep up on me too. My only real good edible story is I was dating a girl who made them.
Ooh.
Which is dangerous fucking territory, by the way, because I feel like sometimes they don't get it right in the professional
or they get
grade.
it too right. They just don't know, because I mean,
yeah,
I have no idea how they actually measure the milligrams, because it's hash oil. It's not, but I would have to imagine when you're making an edible, it depends on how strong the weed is.
Yes, and that was her this particular instance. She said, I made this with Kush instead of making this with schoolyard bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So instead of taking all the shitty weed she had, she threw in like orange hair having fucking, sticky icky shit, right?
Yep.
So she throws that bad bitch in there, and she said, just take a bite. And I did. That's all she's like, just take a bite and see how you feel. It was on my 22nd birthday. I take a fucking bite. We go to the bar after I did a show. And then the moment I got to the bar, I had to I didn't know how to people anymore. I was tripping balls, man. Like I didn't know where I just had to grab my friend and go, code red. Like that's all I could say.
I haven't really freaked out. I have a problem though, and I feel bad. It happens like once a week where someone will be like, hey, and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. My name's Lee. And they're like, we've met multiple times. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I had that problem when I was drinking and doing too many
now.
drugs. Yeah, like
one time, I think I was really nervous. I think it was like one of the couple times I was lucky enough to do a set at the Comedy Store, and Brian Redband came up to give me a hug and say hi, and we were out in a circle talking, and the next thing I remember, or the only thing I remember, is turning around, seeing him, and being like, "Hey, buddy." He's like, "We said hi like 5 minutes ago." I was like, "Woo!" I did not. Okay.
Sorry, I'm on another
It is time to
planet
go
now.
home. It is time. Yeah, because you don't even know. Like, I don't know. It's not.
Oh, I mean, you fucking take that
it just
much.
happens.
Yeah, I mean, and it's got like, I'm sure just smoking a casual amount of weed probably it may affect your memory a little bit, but when you're fucking just ripped out of your goddamn mind hole, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean,
imagine you just forget things.
it's not that they even forget them. It's just that they don't really stick. It's like they slide.
Okay.
They slide
I think
off.
that's fair. Like I've had that instance when I'm drinking a lot. Like I've said hi to a few people a few times, and the worst is like they've done studies on the correlation between like drunk or high memory versus sober memory. And if you learn how to do a task when you're drunk, like that's why I can only play pool if I'm drinking, because I never played it sober before.
Oh,
and
I've heard that.
That
Yeah.
whole like you get better when you're drunk, so it's like drunk recall. And I've met people, even when I was drinking when I was here a lot. Like they'd be like, "Yeah, we met yesterday," and I was like, "Did we? Oh, interesting."
Yeah, you could ask me 1,000 times. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, I don't remember any at all.
I'm bad. I've always been bad at names, though. I miss jobs where people were forced to wear name tags.
I know.
Because it'd be like, "Hey, Joey." I worked at a restaurant for about a year, and there were people there. Like when I left, I was like, I've seen them 3 times a week for a year. I have no idea what their name is.
Yeah, no,
I'm not.
You know,
good with it.
I'm a big advocate of bro and dude.
Yeah,
I bro and dude. I buddy most people.
I buddy a lot, and I feel like they know I don't know their name.
I don't know. Maybe I don't get that insecure about it because like I do it to everyone most of the time. Like, but if I ever call you by your name, feel fortunate because it's a miracle. I remember.
Oh yeah,
I'm so bad.
My favorite is when someone will be like, "Hey, I'm Sally," and then like within the conversation, I'm like, I don't know what their name is anymore.
I do that all the time. Like for whatever reason, your brain just goes, "This is not that important to me."
Yeah,
Right.
I guess.
Oh shit, we're already in an hour.
Oh, bada boo, do. You sat next to a Jew. 3, 4.
Get out the door!
Ah.
Get out of here! Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Okay. No, don't leave.
That would have been funny for me to just run out like,
my
I said, stay out, you goddamn Jew. Don't try to steal any of my money either. I know how much there is.
Now give me a Jew gold now that we've completed an hour of talkie talks. Okay, that's
Oh, I have to now.
all right, guys. I'm wrapping up.
What if I had a coin pocket?
If you actually had a pocket of gold, I would then fight Erickson for his, because then I would know the secret. All of the Jews have the gold.
I think he actually does have gold. His dad's a dentist.
Yeah, I know. I think he definitely has money, but you know, it is.
Erickson, give me some money.
Hey, share your Jew gold.
You have to. I'm Jewish. I won't tell this guy. I promise.
God damn you. All right, guys, we're wrapping this up. Thank you so much, Lee Syatt, for being on Behind the Fourth
Thank
Wall.
you for having me, and we've been trying to do it for a week or two. And
I know
it finally
maybe
worked out.
2 weeks. We've been trying to coordinate schedules, and it's been weird, but we finally
This
made
guy's
it
the
happen.
king of podcasting.
Oh, what a compliment coming
You
from
are.
the
You're doing a
actual
bunch.
king of podcasts.
No, I'm the high jester. The high jester of getting
You
high.
are the
on
high
life.
jester. Juggle for me now. Juggle.
I wish I could juggle.
I tried, and I'm not good.
At least you tried.
That's fair.
I get one ball going, and then that's even then I drop it.
Then that's how you pleasure your man. You have to get at least one ball.
You really
going
don't
at a
forget.
time.
If that's the one thing you remember from this podcast,
Yeah.
is colorblind people
Should be put in camps.
You've been here long enough. You don't forget the balls. You gotta grab.
Never neglect the balls, ladies.
It's amazing.
Behind the Fourth Wall, I'm your host, Travis Clyburn. I was joined by the legendary Lee Syatt. We're going to cuddle now, all right?